Hi everyone, Abby here, and welcome back to my channel for Tech Tuesday, or welcome if you're new. Now today, as requested by many of you, I'm going to be letting you know whether the Garmin Forerunner 255S smartwatch here, which came out in 2022, is still worth it in 2024. But before I get started, make sure to hit that subscribe button if you're not already subscribed so you can stay tuned to all my new videos dropping weekly, and so you can help the channel grow. So if you came here wanting to know if the Forerunner 255S here is worth it in 2024, short answer, yes. And if you want to know why, watch the rest of the video. I'm going to tell you guys reasons why I think this is still worth it in 2024, as well as some reasons why this may not be the right smartwatch for you. But if that's all you wanted to know, if it's worth it or not, yes it is, and I'll see you in the next video. The first reason why I think this is worth it in 2024 is the durability. I've had this smartwatch for 2 years now, and it's holding up phenomenally. There are no scratches and scuffs that I have gotten on this yet, which is good news because sometimes Forerunners worry me with this black colored bezel that they are going to scratch and scuff. It's happened to me in the past, but so far so good with my Forerunner 255S here. Yeah, the screen is holding up well. I do keep a screen protector on the screen. It's off right now, but it's been doing a good job against any potential scratches on there. And it's just holding up super well. So I'm really happy with the durability here. That's one thing I really like about Garmin is that they make some pretty durable watches. So the next reason I think this is worth it in 2024 is the display. Now, the Forerunner 255S here is the last Forerunner that has a memory in pixel display. If you don't know what that is, basically a memory in pixel display is this display that we have right here. It is an always-on display, which I absolutely love, and it has very good readability outdoors. It's basically zero glare, and that's one reason I like it, because I like to do outdoor activities like walks and bike rides and stuff. So I really like to have a display that, one, is always on, and two, excellent readability. I can read this at any angle outdoors with no issues, and indoors I can read it easily as well myself. I just really like that it's always on, it has great battery life with the display always on. Now the display here is a plus for me because this is a Forerunner. It's a watch made for, running. It's made for taking it outdoors. So in my opinion, if you want an outdoor smartwatch, you should really be looking for one with a memory and pixel display, because you don't want to have to deal with glare outdoors. You don't want to have to deal with your AMOLED displays dying on you if you're going on a super long walk or hike. You don't want to have to deal with that. You want a smartwatch that's going to have excellent battery life with a display that you can read at any angle outdoors. So the next reason I think the smartwatch is still worth it in 2024 is updates. Now, although this came out in 2022, which quite honestly is not that old, it's still getting regular updates now in 2024. I get updates at least once or twice a month on this smartwatch, and they have been constant since it's come out. And Garmin is really great with pushing out updates continuously, even to their older products. They don't really say like, hey, I'm going to support this smartwatch for 2 years, 3 years. They just kind of keep rolling out updates like continuously. I've had smartwatches for even like over 4 years, and they're still pushing out updates for them. Like the Garmin Vivoactive 4 also came out in 2019. I'm still getting updates on that in 2024. So Garmin is fantastic for updates. So another reason why the Forerunner is still worth it in 2024 is the ease of use. Now the Forerunner 255S here is a button operated smartwatch. That being said, it's super easy to use. Each button you're using has a purpose, easy to start an activity, to go to your settings, to set timers, alarms, to view all your metrics. That's something that I really like about Garmin's operating system, just super easy to use. And this has that same great operating system that we find on many other Garmin smartwatches, the same kind of interface. And even though it is a button operated smartwatch, I think it does have a pretty low learning curve. And one thing I love about button operated smartwatches is that they don't accidentally activate on you. If you're a big swimmer, this could be a great option for you for tracking your laps, your time in the pool, because the screen doesn't freak out when it gets wet like many of the touchscreen smartwatches do. And I like it for nighttime. If I'm in bed and I move my wrist, sometimes the touchscreen smartwatches accidentally touch a pillow or something, and then they turn on and they kind of blind you at night. In my opinion, it's a huge advantage to have a screen that would accidentally activate when you don't want it to. That happens a lot with touchscreen smartwatches. And another thing is if you're doing workouts and it's easier to kind of navigate with buttons when your hands are a bit sweaty. Also, when you're wearing gloves in the wintertime, you don't have to worry about the touchscreen with your gloves on because the buttons are all there. So the next reason I think this watch is still worth it in 2024 is the battery life. Now, the Forerunner 255S here has a battery life up to 12 days on a single charge. And that is a huge advantage for a smartwatch, seeing that many of them last like 1 to 2 days max on the market right now. So I absolutely love that the battery life is super long. With my usage, doing things like GPS walks, runs, using daily alarms, timers, answering text messages, and more, I get on average 9 days of battery life with this watch. And still, even with that, fantastic. I charge it, once every other week. So I absolutely love the battery life here. That's one of my favorite things about Garmin, is that they are able to just push that battery life a lot with their smartwatches here. And I do want to say that even after having this for about 2 years, I haven't noticed any type of change in my battery life. I still get on average 9 days of battery life. I haven't seen any type of, battery life reduction or degradation as well with regular use. So I am very happy with the battery life. So another reason why I think this smartwatch here is still worth it is the sensors. Now on the smartwatch, we do have the Elevate 4 heart rate sensor. Now this is not Garmin's newest heart rate sensor, because they're on the Elevate 5 now, which you'll see on things like the Garmin Venu 3S, the Epix, and more. This is one below that, and it still works really well. Now, Garmin has been making fantastic heart rate sensors for a long time, and this heart rate sensor can track all your exercises really well, like running, walking, HIIT, cycling, and more. So I am happy with the heart rate sensor's performance. Even though it's a little bit of an older smartwatch, it doesn't have the newest and greatest heart rate sensor, it still does a really good job at tracking my heart rate 24/7. And it also has other sensors like SpO2, your blood oxygen. You're able to track your stress, your respiration rate, tracks your sleep, and so much more. So I do like that we do have a lot of sensors and great features in the smartwatch. If you guys are looking to pick up the Forerunner 255S here, I've gone and left a link down in the description for you to use. Now, there are 2 reasons why I think that the Forerunner 255S here may not be the best smartwatch for you. So if you are someone who you don't want a button operated smartwatch and you don't like that you can't touch the screen, then this is not going to be the smartwatch for you. If you are someone who you don't mind button operated smartwatches, or you actually prefer them, then this could be a great option. But once again, if you're used to your smartphone and you don't want to learn how to use the buttons, then this is not going to be a great option for you. And another reason why the Forerunner here might not be the best smartwatch for you is if you're someone who you only want an AMOLED display smartwatch. If you do not want to give memory and pixel display a shot because it's not as pretty, then this is not a great smartwatch for you. And just to give you guys a quick little side-by-side, here's the memory and pixel display. It is always on. This is what it looks like if I turn on the backlight, gets a little bit brighter. And here's an AMOLED display. So this is the Garmin Venu 3S. So you guys can see that the AMOLED display is definitely more contrasting and more vibrant. It does look prettier, but you are getting a lot less battery life out of here than here. And once again, this is a lot more reflective, harder to read outdoors, especially in sunlight, and indoors in bright lighting conditions. So you can see there's like hardly any glare here versus here there's a lot. So that's just the main difference there. If you're someone who love your AMOLED displays, then this will not be a good option for you because you won't like the display here. I do have a couple of final thoughts here. So quite honestly, if you are looking for a great Garmin smartwatch, if you are a runner, especially, being a Forerunner, this is a fantastic option for runners. And you're someone who likes to go on long runs outdoors, or you like to go on long hikes, long bike rides, just outdoor activities in general, I think this could be an excellent option for you because the battery life here is going to last through your longest workouts. You have that always on display that's easy to read outdoors, and you have a button operated smartwatch, so it's easy to use no matter the weather condition, whether it's raining, whether it's snowing, you got gloves on. And quite honestly, if you are getting a smartwatch from Garmin, even if that watch is like 4 or 5 years old, it's still going to be working well. They don't just die on you. I know there's some other brands out there. You use a smartwatch maybe 1-2 years and it dies on you and you have to keep rebuying. Garmin's not like that. You can use a smartwatch for like years and years if you take care of it. And Garmin has been leading the pack for years now. So even if you buy an older smartwatch, although this only came out in 2022, it's still pretty new. Even if you buy an older smartwatch, it's not going to be much different from some of the new ones coming out in 2024. Don't feel discouraged about buying a smartwatch just because it's a bit older. If you're getting it from Garmin, it's still going to be a really good quality smartwatch. That has been my experience with all the older smartwatches I've had from Garmin that are still working now in 2024. I'm not sponsored, I'm just kind of sharing my opinion here, giving you guys my honest opinion. Now, if you do want to learn more about the Forerunner 255S here, I have done a full review on it, and I've also done a little how-to video if you want to learn how to use it, which you can find both of those videos linked in the description below. And if there's anything I missed today that you want to know, just go ahead and drop a comment below. I do read all the comments, so I'll definitely get back to you. And that's all I have for today. Thanks for watching, and make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye.